everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a compilation of some of my very favorite Father's Day gift ideas, some that you can make, some that you can buy. All of them are budget friendly. If you want to know how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Right, Maxwell?
And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that button. Okay, for this first one, I've given you the pattern in both SVG and PDF. Now, this is the PDF one. I'm cutting these out, and I'm going to glue these two together. We are going to cut this out of a large sheet of craft foam. So go ahead and glue them together where the little center dip piece matches both other sides. And then just glue it together, and then we're going to cut it out of craft foam. And you're going to need a large sheet of craft foam, and you can get that at Hobby Lobby. Once you get it cut out, we're going to start gluing it together. Now you're going to glue your tabs together. Just glue it right there and then overhang it till you get to the other peak. And then just keep going around until you get it completely glued in. Now the glue will take a little bit of time to dry on this craft foam, so do hold it in place until it does dry. And just keep going around and glue each tab in. Now you need to use craft foam on this. This will not work with paper. It has to be something that's flexible. And then this is just the thin craft foam that they sell. I think it's like 2 millimeter. And then once you get to the last tab, you're going to glue it under. And then you're going to glue that tab on the bottom across. So go ahead and glue that one in. And then line your tab up on the bottom while it's still a little bit wet, so you can make sure that it goes straight across. You want to make sure that it's flush with the bottom. Okay, next you're going to take one of the little circles that you cut out and you're going to glue it right on top. And you are going to push this down when you glue it in. For the bill, you're going to cut 2 out of chipboard and you're going to cut 1 out of craft foam and kind of trim them up, make sure that they're even. And then you're going to go ahead and glue 2 of the chipboards together. This is just going to give it some strength. You could use cardboard if you want, or you could use a cereal box. But go ahead and glue those 2 together, and then we're going to glue our craft foam over the top of this. And this is going to give us the base for the box and the bill for the front of the hat. Just kind of line it up where you don't see the chipboard, and if you see any excess on the back when you get it glued in, just go ahead and trim that off. You just don't want any of the chipboard showing. Next, for our box insert, we're going to take a 1/2 inch by 8 inch strip and glue it to a 1.5 inch by 8 inch strip. Now I made some adjustment as I'm going along in the video, but I've adjusted your pattern accordingly. And you're just going to glue it right to the very edge of it. This will give it a little bit more meat on the bottom, so when we glue it into our hat, it'll stand up better. And go ahead and glue those 2 strips together. And then this is going to curve around onto the bottom part of our bill to make a box. And I'm going to go ahead and put it inside my hat to see how big I needed it to be before I cut it. Now you won't have to cut it because I've already adjusted the pattern, but this is how it's going to glue in. It's just going to glue right around the base. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside my hat to see how it needs to be cut. And I'm putting it right up to the edge so that when you put that hat onto that box, it will be snug. And this is where I'm cutting off a piece, but I've already adjusted your pattern accordingly. You just want enough for them to overhang to glue together. And then go ahead and glue your strip together. Next, we're going to go ahead and start gluing it down, and we're going to go right up to the edge of that base. And go ahead and glue that down. You're going to glue it all the way around. Just make sure that you do get it completely glued in. And it doesn't take a lot of glue, just a little bit of glue will hold it in place. Package it, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it with some Hershey's Kisses. You can put it whatever you want to in it. I'm actually giving this to my husband, and he loves Hershey's Kisses. And this holds quite a bit. You could actually put a present in here or something, whatever you want to put in here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and slide it down into a little bag, a little cellophane bag. And then I'm just going to tie it off in the front, put a bow, and add a tag. And if you have the little clear rubber bands, it really works good to hold this together until you can get your ribbon on here. But just use kind of a contrasting ribbon to give it a little bit of color. And then the tags, I've given you those in the description below. You can just download those and print them as well. And then I'm just going to attach my tag with some baker's twine. And you could dress up your hat if you want to. You could put some things on it as well. I just left mine kind of plain. All right, look how cute that is. These were pretty simple to make, and they do hold a lot. You could put actually a bigger present inside of these. Let me know what you think in the comments. For this next one, I'm going to use Armor Etch, and I got these glasses. And you can get some glasses at Dollar Tree. Just kind of put something underneath them so they don't roll. And then I went ahead and cut out a G because I'm going to etch these glasses. If you've never used Armor Etch, it works really fast. In 1 minute, you have your etched design on. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this stencil on here. Now, if you don't have a stencil, you can actually buy some letters that are already made. And then just go ahead and put a box around them. And then you'll have the outside edge etched. And then the letter in the middle will be clear. But I just cut out this with my Cricut. And I'm just going to apply it straight to my glass. This is a quick project. So go ahead and add your letter onto it. And then you're going to put painter's tape right around the edge because you want to protect every bit of the area of the glass because anything that Armor Etch gets on, it will etch it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put gloves on and I'm going to apply it thick right in the center. You want to make sure you get it thick and evenly coated, and you're going to wait 1 full minute. And then after you've waited a minute, go ahead and pull all your tape back off, all your stencil back off, and you'll see that you have a nice etched glass. And you could put a sentence on here or several words or pictures. It works so fast and it works so good. Look how pretty that is. These go together so easy. You could put just about anything on these. You could fill it up and put a lot of wording and letters and stuff on it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next one, I've given you these labels in the description below, and I'm just using some little nut cans that I got at Dollar Tree. Now, I've given you enough room on these if you have a bigger can that you can cut these out with. So that you got 2 belly bands per sheet. And then I just printed these right on my printer, and I'm just going to glue these right around the edge of the can. And these fit the Dollar Tree cans perfectly. And then just go ahead and take a glue gun and glue them down in the back. And it just says, "We're nuts about you. Happy Father's Day." And then to package these, I'm going to stack them together. I'm going to put them in a cellophane bag. This is a pretty inexpensive gift. I mean, for $2.50 worth of nuts, this is a nice little gift. And then I'm just going to take a rubber band, put it around the top, and then I'm just going to tie a ribbon around the top, and then I'm also going to give you some labels that you could put on here as well. This would be a great gift for anybody. I mean, even if you have co-workers that you work with, or friends at church, or son-in-laws, or anybody. I mean, this would be a nice gift for just about anybody. And then I'm just going to use baker's twine on my tag. If you're looking for something quick and easy, this one is a great one. Okay, this was another real quick one. These go together so super quick. Let me know what you think in the comments. You could make several of these for different people. This next one, I'm using some of the Dollar Tree boxes. This is the one that has a box insert inside of it as well, and I'm using the outside of the box. Now, you could do this with the little crates as well, and I'm just going to glue them together with wood glue. Just make sure that you get it evenly coated, and then you want to probably clamp them together while they're drying. Just make sure that you do get them even, because we are going to glue the two sets together. And then clamp it and let it dry. And then go ahead and do the other three exactly the same way and clamp them as well. And I'm running out of glue. This one is not as quick and easy as the last one or the last two, but this one is really pretty when you get to the end, and I'll show you. Two are dry. We're going to go ahead and glue these two together. And you want to put plenty on there till it's completely coated. Just kind of a thin layer. And then go ahead and clamp those together as well. Okay, next I'm going to take some black chalk paint and I'm going to spritz it with some water, and I'm going to use a sponge and get it wet as well, and then go ahead and paint the inside, the outside, and the bottom. And this is just some black chalk paint. And then I had to go back with a regular sponge paintbrush to kind of get into the bottom grooves. But get it completely coated and the bottom as well. Next, I'm going to take some 5-gallon paint stir sticks, and I'm just going to measure how tall I want my handle, and I'm going to mark it off on the bottom. Now, I end up cutting mine at 11 inches. And then just go ahead and drill a hole in the center of them so we can run our dowel rod through it. And I'm just using a 1/2-inch dowel stick through it, and I'm just going to use a little paddle drill to drill my hole. You just want it big enough for that dowel stick to fit firmly inside of there. And go ahead and make sure that you put them exactly in the same place so your handle is straight. And if you don't have a drill to do this with, you can just use a screw, run it through this and the dowel stick too. Okay, next I'm just going to go ahead and line my handles up here, run my dowel stick through it to get my measurement. Now I'm just going to overhang about a 1/2 inch on each side of this dowel stick. Just make sure that your sticks do stand up so that when you glue them in, you have enough of the dowel stick overhanging. Just kind of figure out exactly where you want it and then go ahead and mark it with a pencil and cut that off. Okay, for the two pieces, I cut off the bottom of those sticks. I'm just going to measure across the front part of my box, and I'm going to mark it and cut these off. This is just going to be for the facing part of the box. It just makes it nice and cleaned up. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and stain all of it with a special walnut stain. And you're going to do the fronts and the backs of the handles. And I think I did 2 coats of these. So let them dry between time and then go ahead and coat them again. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and take some E6000 glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to attach these to the front part of my box. Now, I'm not using wood glue on these because I've already painted and stained these, so the wood glue will not penetrate enough through the wood to hold it together at this point, so you do need to use some E6000 or something comparable to that. And then just go ahead and glue them to the front. Now I'm going right up to the top edge on mine. Then to attach my handles, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to use E6000 glue and hot glue together. Just make sure that you do get them lined up and centered on your box. And if you're using the Dollar Tree crates, you could actually use 2 straight across and 1 at the end to kind of give it a little bit more body. And then go ahead and run your stick through there, and we're going to glue it in as well. You do want to make sure you clamp this. And then I'm just going to use a little E6000 glue inside the hole to hold these together on both ends. And then I add a little bit of hot glue just to hold it in place while it dries. Next, I just cut this out with a Cricut. It says Dad Stash on it with a mustache, and I've given you the SVG for this in the description below as well. I've also given it to you in a PDF if you just want to glue it on. Then I'm just going to line it up on the front part of my box, and then I'm just going to go ahead and remove my backing. This just kind of dressed it up a little bit. And then I'm filling it with, I'm giving this one actually to my husband. I'm filling it with all his favorite snacks. And I got all those at the Dollar Tree. And then to bag it up, I'm just going to use a heat shrink bag, and I'm going to shrink it up. You just kind of dressed it up a little bit and made it look a little bit more professional looking. And then I'm just going to add a ribbon and a tag at the top. And again, I'm giving you these in the description below. You can just download and print them. And I printed mine on just regular cardstock. And I used like a craft color. This one really is a nice gift. This is a good gift because they can use the box later. You could actually put grilling stuff in there if you want to, like some seasonings. That would be a good one as well. This one went together pretty quick. The longest it took was to let the glue dry, but other than that, this was pretty quick and easy gift too. Let me know what you think. Last one is super simple. You're just going to take some of the triangular treat bags, and I'm just going to stick this down into a cup to kind of hold it in place while I'm pouring my stuff in here. And I just got these little Whopper boxes at the Dollar Tree, and it takes 2 to fill this box. This is another very inexpensive gift, and if you have several people you're giving to, this one's a good one. And if you have any that look kind of like the one that's in there, I'm going to dig this one out here in a second. If you have any that are not finished, go ahead and remove them. It just makes it look better. And then I'm just going to tie this off with a rubber band and put a ribbon on it. And then I'm going to add a tag to it. And again, those tags are in the description below. And you could dress these up with multiple colors of ribbon on there. If you want to put several colors of ribbon, you could dress it up a little bit more. And for a gift that's under $3, these are really cute. Especially if you have multiple people to give them to. Just brings a little smile to somebody. Makes their day. Okay, this first one is a 10-inch contour gauge, and it's used to get a precise shape duplication of an item. So say you want to take this can and you want to get the shape, you just push it onto it, and then you lock it in place, and then you flip it over, and then you draw your circle on, like if you're going to cut a piece of wood or if you're going to cut a piece of carpet. It's used for going around pipes. It's great for any kind of molding, and it does any kind of shape. And that was like just a perfect V on the corner if you wanted to put a piece of trim around that piece. And then it does irregular shapes as well. So see this piece here, if you wanted to duplicate that shape, then it does it as well. This was on Amazon for $19.95. This will be a great tool for anybody that does woodworking or anybody that does any household projects. It would also be a great tool to have as a crafter. And if you purchase one, be sure and check the little box right below it where it says coupon, because you can save an additional 5%. This next one is a screw extractor. This is a really good tool to have for anybody, because if you've ever taken a screwdriver and screwed in a screw and you've gone so fast and you're trying to get it in and it's slipping and you finally strip it, this is the tool that will get those back out. You don't know that you need one of these until you have one of these. Now, I use mine all the time, but this is definitely a great dad gift. If your dad doesn't have this or your husband doesn't have this, this is a really good tool to have. And this comes with 6 different size bits, so it'll work with just about any size screw that you have. And to use it, you just attach it to your drill, and that's how it works. This little kit was $9.99 on Amazon, and it works really good on any screw that you have that is stripped. It's made of high-speed steel, so it'll last. And if you're going to purchase one, be sure and click on the Apply 20% coupon that they have to save 20%. Definitely a great Father's Day gift. This next one is a pair of LED flashlight gloves. This is a great hands-free tool. If you're fishing or camping or doing automotive repair or anything like that, this is a good way of having light at your fingertips without having to hold a flashlight. And they fit just about any size hand. They go on and they Velcro around, and then they come with 4 extra batteries as well. And then I'm going to show you here in a second how they look in the dark because I'm going to turn the lights off. And this is what they look like when the lights are out. Look how much light this creates. And if you need to write a note or something like that, you got it right at your fingertips, a light without having to hold it, and you can write. This is a great Father's Day gift. And for $12.99, plus they have a coupon for 20% off, but this would be great for any activity that is at night or anywhere where there's not enough light and you need light. This next one is a great one for grilling. It's a rolling grilling basket. And what you do, you get 2 baskets. You get the little holders for them. You get a little hook to remove them off the grill, a fork to turn them, and then you also get a spray bottle to put like olive oil in them to kind of coat what you're cooking. These would be great for vegetables, for shrimp, for chicken, anything that would fall through the little grates on your grill. This would be great for those. And what you do, if you want to just put them on your grill, go ahead and attach a little 2 attachments. This will set it up off the grill, and then you can just roll it with your fork. Now, you don't have to use these. You can just throw it on the grill and then use the fork to turn them and then the little hook to remove them off the grill. Okay, and I thought this was a really good deal for $18.99 for the pack of 2 of them with all the accessories with them. This is a great Father's Day gift for anybody that likes to grill because things that are small that will fall through the grates fit perfectly in these, and you can turn them while they're cooking to keep them evenly cooked. Okay, this next one is great for the gadget guy. This is a 6-inch hammer multi-tool. It's got 6 different tools in it. It's got 2 screwdrivers, a knife, a hammer, pliers, wire cutter, and a bottle opener all in one. And the case is really nice. It's a heavy-duty piece, and it's something that they could carry with them if they want to throw it in their car, and then they have all the little tools with them. But if you've got a guy on your list that likes gadgets, this is definitely a great little Father's Day gift. And this little tool is $19.99, and it already comes in a case that says Best Dad Ever, so it's already kind of set up for a Father's Day theme. If you've got a gadget guy on your list that likes gadgets, this is definitely a great Father's Day gift. This is another great tool to have. It's a universal socket, so one tool can replace an entire set of your sockets, and it works with hexagon head bolts, and it works with just about any size that you have. It also works good to remove broken and stripped nuts. And it has a power drill adapter, so you can just attach it to your drill to make it easy to use. This is a great little tool for $8.99 for anybody on your list. I mean, one tool that can replace an entire set of sockets, that's really good. And this will go onto a socket. It doesn't have to be used with your drill, and it's used for both metric and standard bolts. Definitely a great Father's Day gift. And it comes in different colors. This next one is a faux leather valet tray. It just snaps together in the corners. It has a hard, I guess it's some kind of a board inside of it that holds it together. The snaps are really tight, so go ahead and assemble it if you're going to gift this. It really does look better if it's already assembled, but just kind of go around and shape it a little bit and then get it snapped together. But the snaps are super tight. It's not going to come apart. This is actually a real good quality tray. This is great for a phone, your watch, your change, your keys. Definitely a great Father's Day gift. And it comes with a gift bag. And this was $19.79. Now be sure and click on the coupon if you're going to purchase one because it's 50% off coupon. But it's definitely a great gift for anybody on your list. This next one is a multi-tool pin set. It's a 9 tools in one. It's got a flashlight on the bottom. It has a level. It has a bottle opener on this one. If you unscrew it, it has a stylus on the inside, plus 2 screwdrivers, a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. And you just pull the tip out and then flip it over to the opposite side, and then you have the other screwdriver. Okay, the second one has a stylus on one end, a pin on one end. It also has a level on this one as well, and it has a ruler on it as well. And this is great for drawing straight lines also. It comes with extra pins. You get 6 of them, and it comes with extra batteries. So for $15.99, and if you are going to buy this, be sure and click on the coupon because they got a 20% coupon also. This is a great little gadget for just about anybody. Coming up next, I got some gift wrapping ideas. This first one, I'm just going to start with some Father's Day wrapping paper. I'll give you the link for that. I got it on Amazon, and I'm just going to wrap this just like a regular present. Okay, and just kind of spend some time to make this pretty tidy. And then what we're going to actually do, the decoration is going to be on the front part. And I'm saving the trimming right there because I need that for the front. And then just go ahead and box in your ends. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do to decorate the front. For the button area of the shirt, I'm just going to take a piece of this gift wrap and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it short because I'm going to put a collar up at the top. And I'm just going to fold my 2 sides over and glue them in. And then I'm going to glue this to the front part of my box. And you could use a contrasting color if you wanted to. I just had the gift wrap, so I just used what I had. Okay, then I'm just going to use a tape glider to tape this to the front part of my box. Next, I'm going to make the collar. I'm going to take some more of that gift wrap. Now, I don't know how long this was. I just went ahead and made this long strip here, but I did cut off of it. But you can kind of gauge when you see how I put this on, how long you need this to be. But you're going to go ahead and fold this over and you're going to glue it together because you want to have a solid collar right there. You want it to be one closed up area. Just kind of get it even, and then that's how the collar is going to kind of go around. And you can make it ever how big you want or how small you want, but I'm coming back in and gluing a little bit longer to get it to where I want it. And then I'm going to cut it off here. So you can kind of guesstimate the size of your box, what you want to do. And then we're going to attach it like this. We're just going to go around, make a little neck area, and then we're going to cross them, and then we're going to cut this off and glue it together. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue on one side and cross it over the other side. And then we're going to glue the front part to our box. And then we're going to add some tape here in a little bit to the back part just to kind of hold it in place. You just kind of line it up however you want to. Go ahead and put a little tape on there and then go ahead and put it down. And it's going right at the top edge of where the button area we made was. So I'm going to take some more gift wrap and I'm just going to make a little pocket. So I'm just going to fold up both ends and both sides and I'm going to glue this onto my box as well. This is a real inexpensive way to do a gift wrap. And I'm just going to glue down the sides and the bottom. I'm going to leave the top open because I am going to add a handkerchief here in a little bit. Next, I'm going to take a gift tag and I'm just going to go ahead and punch a hole in the top of it. And I'm going to add some baker's twine to this. Next, to finish attaching the collar, I'm just going to put a little glue right up underneath the front on both sides. And then we're going to add some tape strips to the back. Just kind of make sure that the sides and the back stand up. Okay, next I'm going to add some buttons to the front part of the shirt just to kind of dress it up a little bit. And then I'm going to attach one of my gift tags, or my gift tag, to one of these buttons. I'm just going to kind of loop it around there, add a little bit of glue at the very top, and just pull it on down. Just kind of make sure that you get your buttons kind of spaced out right and that they are even in line. Next, I'm just going to take a piece of white tissue paper and I'm going to make a napkin for his pocket. And I'm just going to take it and fold it back and forth, kind of make it like an accordion, kind of fold it over together and then go back and forth, just kind of make it thick. And then I'm just going to place it right down inside of my pocket. Okay, I think this one turned out super cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you just go that little extra little touch, it really does add to your gift. Okay, for this next one, I'm just going to gift wrap this one just like I did the first one, and then we're going to dress it up. Okay, next I'm going to take some 3/4 inch pieces of cardstock, and I'm just going to come right over the top and go ahead and mark where they bend. And we're just going to glue these off in the back. And I'm just going to use my tape glider to glue these on with. And just kind of get them evenly spaced on both sides so you have enough overhang on both sides that match. Okay, next I'm going to make a bow tie. I'm just going to fold this over and I'm going to glue this in together in the back. And then I'm just going to cut 2 V's straight out of this, and I'm going to end in the middle, leaving about a 1/4 inch space between the two. Just kind of make sure that you get your space about the same. And just kind of go down at an angle and then leave that gap between it. And then you're going to cut the gap part off flush, like straight. Okay, then I'm going to take the other strip of paper, and that's a 1/2 inch piece of paper, and I'm just going to wrap it around and glue it together. And just use your tape gun on that one as well. And then I'm just going to glue it right into the center of both of my little suspenders. Just kind of straighten it out a little bit, kind of roll it out a little bit. And then I'm going to put some buttons right down the center. This was a quick and easy one, and you could use any size package to do this. Okay, next I'm just going to add another one of the gift tags. Now this is the smaller of the gift tags. In the description below, you can download and print these, and I have 2 different sizes on these. I have a small one like this one, and then I have a larger one like I did on the other one. And I'm just going to attach this right around the button just like I did on the last one. Okay, this one was super simple. You could do this even to a gift bag. Let me know what you think. Okay, on this next one, I'm using a regular paper bag, and I'm taking a piece of craft paper that measures 5 1/8 by 4 1/8, and I'm just going to glue it right across the top. Now, I'm going to come down 1 1/4 inches from the top edge because that's where we're going to make our collar. And then I'm just going to glue this on. Okay, next I'm going to make the center part where the buttons go, same as I did on the last shirt. I'm just going to fold this over, and then I'm just going to glue this right down the front of the shirt. Okay, next I'm going to take some craft paper, and I'm just going to go straight across the bottom of the shirt, and this is going to be a belt. And then I'm going to take 2 smaller pieces, and I'm going to use those as belt loops, and I'm going to take some inking stamp, and I'm just going to rub the edges of it just to give a little definition between that and the belt. And then I'm just going to glue those on both sides of the belt. Okay, next I'm going to cut in on both sides, and I'm going to leave 1.5 inches in the center. So come in on both sides, leaving 1.5 inches in the very center. And this is what we're going to make the collar with. Okay, next I'm going to add some buttons. I'm going to come down about 1 inch from the top edge, and I'm going to add 3 buttons right down the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my bag, and I'm going to go ahead and put my gift inside. And I'm just putting a little bit of crinkle paper down at the very bottom, and then I'm just going to put my gifts inside. I'm going to add some double-sided tape just to hold the bag together. I'm going to do it on both sides here, and then I'm going to glue the 2 sides together. Just glue that to the back part, and then do the same thing to the front, and then we'll glue the 2 sides together. Because since we're putting that collar on there, we really don't have any other way to seal the bag up except for this way. Let's go ahead and open up your collar completely, and then we're just going to overlap it, and we are going to cut off where they cross over. And then we're just going to glue that together. I'm just going to add a button right in the center for his pants. Dress his pants up a little bit. I'm just going to take some craft paper and I'm just going to cut some pockets. I'm just going to go from one side to the other in a U shape. And I'm going to put one on each side. And then I'm going to distress the edges of them with that same ink I did on the buckles. I mean on the belt loops. So there is a definition between the paper. Because the paper was a little bit too close in color. Just kind of rub the edges of it a little bit just to kind of give some separation. And I'm just going to glue those on with some hot glue. And then I'm just going to add a gift tag. Okay, I think this one turned out pretty too. All these are pretty simple to do. Let me know which one's your favorite today. This one I'm going to use a piece of 9" by 9" piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm just going to fold it at the diagonal, and I'm not going to fold all the way to the end. It's almost about an inch before. And then I'm going to turn it the other way, and I'm going to fold it over the same way and go almost to the end, but not quite. Then I'm going to come and fold it open, meet in the middle on two sides. And then I'm going to fold these pieces over and meet in the middle again. Okay, then I'm just going to fold one corner down. And then I'm going to fold the whole thing over 1 3/4 inch. And then I'm going to fold it back up 1/4 inch. So it'll have an overhang of 1/4 inch. And then go ahead and fold your sides in just at a diagonal till you meet in the middle. And do the same thing on the opposite side. And then I'm just going to tape it right to a package that I've already packaged. Okay, then I'm going to take some of that same paper that I gift wrapped that with. I'm just going to fold it over to make a collar. And then go ahead and glue that down. Okay, then I'm just going to come right around in the front, and I'm going to cut this off a little bit shorter than I did make it. So go ahead and come on around. And then we're just going to be about enough just to go around that tie. And then just go ahead and clip that off and then go ahead and glue that inside. And then we're going to glue this to the back of the package here in a second. Just right down below the back. And then I'm just going to take my tape gun. I'm just going to go run around the top edge of the back of this. And that's where I'm going to glue that in. Just push it right on down there. And then go ahead and glue the front to the tie. Next, I'm going to take a tag, one of the same tags I used before, punch a hole in it, put some baker's twine in it, and I'm going to attach this right up underneath the tie. And that's pretty much it. Pretty easy. I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope it gave you some inspiration. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today, you're awesome. See you next time. Thanks for watching.